12 teams have just been removed from the FNCS Grand Finals leaderboards, and that's across all of these different regions, so the 6 regions that are there. I'm going to try to do my best to explain what is going on here, and then I'll tell you what I speculate the exact answer to this is, because there's a lot of very random unknown questions so far. So I made a tweet already, and it basically says 12 teams have been removed from the FNCS leaderboards. I already said that at the start of this video. So they were originally removed from day 2 of the leaderboards, and now a bunch of other teams have gone from the day 1 as well. And last time I checked, they hadn't been removed from the cumulative, so the combined leaderboards, but I'm guessing that will happen soon. So if we look at the regions, OCE has 6. It's always OCE, isn't it? EU, 2 were removed, which was Nate and Lane, which is the team contesting Mr. Savage and Mongrel, which we'll come back to. Prism and Casper have also been removed. And then Middle East, there was 1 team removed. Brazil, I have 3 teams removed here. However, 2 of them were removed mid-FNCS for teaming on Surge. And then another one was removed afterwards. Asia had none, and NA had 0. Now, what was strange about this is that, as far as I know, this could be incorrect because it's up to the player's discretion if they want to actually disclose this information or not. But none of these players have been banned, which makes things extremely strange. Just removed from leaderboards, not getting their money, not getting their points, anything. Very odd. Now, the first instance of this where it was particularly strange was in OCE. The first time I noticed something was going on here, which a lot of people will probably already know at this point, was when Fortnite Competitive made this tweet congratulating all of the winners on FNCS from all 6 regions. Now, if you notice all of the names in here, you've got GXR, Malabuka, Monaco, Mustache, Dignitas, Acorn, 2X, Man City Cold. You can see that clearly all of these names are the names that are taken from in-game, right? They're clearly just pulled from in-game and put into the tweet. However, one tweet is different, or sorry, one region, which is OCE, just says Alex and Worthy, which, if you did not guess, is not specifically how their names are written in-game. Now, what happened here was the winners, which was Suns and Vazen, ended up getting their day 2 points disqualified, and then Alex and Worthy clearly have been put in here instead. And the reason I'm saying this has been manually imported and into this graphic, and why I think this is so important, is because clearly that shows that whatever's going on here with the 12 teams removed is intentional. This is not an accident by any means. People are saying this is mass reporting, which we'll also come back to later, but that's not true. The fact that the winners have been removed and then the second place team has been manually typed into this graphic clearly shows whatever is going on here is intentional. Now, for their sake, so for OCE's sake, which was again Suns and Vazen who won, a disqualification actually makes sense. Now, there was a clip going around on the internet. There's 2 clips of one. First one was a Vazen and Suns stream sniping, which Oatly tweeted, and I know for a fact they were indeed stream sniping. So they have been potentially kind of retroactively remanded for that. So basically, maybe the Epic Games saw it late and they were like, okay, they were stream sniping, let's kick them out. But that wasn't from FNCS Finals. That was, I think, from a qualifier, maybe a cash cup. Can't remember the specifics of that. But regardless, we know for a fact Suns and Vazen have stream sniped. I think it was Oatly and Vortex at some point. Keep that in mind. There's also a clip going around where I think it seemed like Vazen was cheating, like hardcore looking through walls. However, this was not actually Vazen from what I've read. This is actually just a cheater impersonating him. So as far as I'm aware, Vazen and Suns have stream sniped, yet they have not, from what I've seen any reliable proof of cheating. I've also spoken to cheaters on OCE, and a lot of them have no real proof that, at least recently or this season at all, that Vazen has cheated at all. Despite all the people saying he's been cheating, I don't see anywhere that that's actually been confirmed. No one said it to me. I'm not saying he isn't cheating, but no one said that to me at any point. I could happily be wrong on that. Editing Reese, there's a tweet on Vazen's account where he's basically said he's been cheating, but I highly doubt that this is actually real. It seems like he has been hacked. So for them, it makes sense. There was an accusation of them stream sniping, not cheating, and then they got removed from the leaderboards. Now, the warning that popped up was you have been removed for stream, not removed, but I can't remember specifically. Let me find it. Yeah, so what he tweeted was a behavior warning, which said, due to your actions on your account, you have been issued a competitive warning for stream sniping. Now, this is not a ban. Vazen can still play the game, as far as I'm aware. However, he has been removed for, and it says, stream sniping. And as we know, he stream sniped at a different point, not in this finals, and has made it here. So we can safely say, I'm not gonna lie, this, to me personally, Vazen and Suns makes sense. But there's 11 other teams, well, 9 other teams technically, because I already told you there was 2 from Brazil who were banned for something else. What is happening with the 9 other teams? I do not get it, right? Let's quickly take a look into Crusades and Minsu, another OCE team who had been removed as well. Now, Crusades... This boy ain't fragging, okay? This boy dropping 1 and 2 Elim kill wins in solo cash cups. I'm not saying he hasn't cheated. I don't know anything about him. But he was also disqualified, and it said for stream sniping. Now, as far as I'm aware, there's no clips of him anywhere stream sniping or like any suspected clips of stream sniping. Maybe he has been and it's just not been like confirmed. I have no idea. But he also has not been banned. He's just received a warning for stream sniping and then has been removed from the FNCS Grand Finals leaderboards. The third team we'll look at, which most people will probably understand if you've watched EU FNCS, will be Lane and Nate. Now, Nate got disqualified also for stream sniping. But now I can't seem to figure out why this one is. This one does not make any sense at all, because Nate, if you watch the 12 games, I did an analysis of this and I'll pull up the tweet. Essentially, there was 12 games of FNCS Grand Finals. Because they were 50-50ing off spawn and Mongraal and Savage using a 3-minute delay on their stream, that means essentially in order for stream sniping to be effective for Nate and Lane, sorry I'm messing up the names, they would need to be alive for more than 3 minutes. Right, and on a 50-50 drop spot, that doesn't really happen. So out of the 12 games, there was 6 games where Lane and Nate were alive for more than that amount of time. Basically, like in the game lasted more than 3 minutes, essentially. In 4 of those, they died in before that. So essentially, there was only 2... I've not worded this very well, but out of the 12 games, there was only 2 games where they could potentially even stream snipe because they were alive for that long, aka the fight off spawn had lasted long enough. So, and in those 2 games, by the time essentially one of them died, they disengaged and they came back to grab the reboot card. And in those times, the 3-minute window from when they dropped off spawn would have given them literally no information. Like the 3-minute delay would have been completely useless to stream snipe anyway. So obviously, I haven't looked into all of the games, but just from Grand Finals alone, it doesn't seem like Lane and Nate have stream sniped. Again, I could be wrong. I have not investigated all of the games I was just using some quick maths there. But yet they've been disqualified also with the warning stream sniping. And then obviously there's a bunch of other teams on other regions where this has happened to as well. On EU, the other team was Prism and Casper, who's also been removed. Not banned, just removed. However, the one thing I can confirm to you, absolutely, is that this is intentional. Not only along with the Fortnite competitive tweet, putting in the little message, what do you call it, the Alex and Worthy thing I talked about earlier, that shows that it's intentional. But yeah, so Crusades has spoken to one of the staff in Epic Game in the competitive Discord for like if you need to go in and get support. Now, they're notoriously quite useless in here. However, there is one message in here which is particularly useful, which in this circumstance here says, Epic has assured me this is not a bug. So this is Minsu asking repeatedly, like, hey, what's going on? He keeps getting timed out because he's essentially asking the question to someone in support. They close it and then start a new ticket. And I think the reason they're doing that is because it is entirely legit. So they are, whatever is going on and the disqualifications here are intentional. So this is where the speculation part of this video shall take place. What do I think has happened? So my first theory is a lot of this just doesn't make sense, right? If they were cheating, like if they were using any form of aimbot, ESP, whatever all of these things are, they would have been banned, okay? They've just been removed from the leaderboards. And again, maybe some of these teams have been banned, but they've just all been saying they've been disqualified for stream sniping. I'm not 100% of that. Could be wrong. But it seems like they've clearly been caught doing something. So my theory here is that Epic Games has updated their anti-cheat in one of 2 ways. Firstly, either for like, you know, regular cheating things, and it has obviously, essentially, if you know anything about anti-cheat, it's always like people make softwares that are undetectable, anti-cheat catches up, bans them, repeats, bans them, repeats. However, again, they've not been banned. So do I think there's been an update to the anti-cheat for that? I don't think so. My theory here is that a lot of these bans or removals may be for things that are not even part of the FNCS Grand Finals. because that would start to make a lot more sense. Going back to like the EU stream sniping with the guys contesting Mongol and Savage, like I maybe there's something bannable in those 12 games. I have not looked through all of them, but just logically, as I mentioned, with a 3-minute delay, like you literally can't stream snipe. Like it physically does not make sense for how quick the games went over in that particular instance. So maybe teams are being retroactively banned. Like maybe there was, you know, something they could find from them stream sniping in an older tournament, in qualifiers and semi-finals, and that meant that they were removed from that point, which removed them from this day's leaderboards. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of new auto detection in game that can detect. I'm trying to. If you're a stream sniper, I don't know how that would even work. I don't know. Maybe it sees if you have Twitch open. I'm sure someone who's much more savvy in terms of anti-cheat would tell me if that's even possible. But I don't see how that would ever get someone banned. Something is going on, and I don't know what it is. And the fact that players are getting removed and not banned does not make any sense to me. So give me your theories, drop them down below. This is not just for impressions, because comments don't really help boost a YouTube's algorithm. I actually genuinely want to know what the hell's going on here. If anyone has any ideas, let me know. Peace, I think.